Imagine this. You're stuck in traffic. You're late. Someone cuts you off. You explode in frustration. In that moment, you surrendered your power. But here's the truth. There is a gap between what happens to you and how you respond. A space. And in that space lies your power to choose. That's what this video is all about. Habit 1. Be proactive. Understanding what it means to be proactive. The common misunderstanding. Most people hear the word proactive and think it means taking initiative. That's partly true, but Stephen Covey means something deeper. Being proactive means you take full responsibility for your life. Not just your actions, but your attitude, your emotions, your reactions. Reactive people are controlled by their environment. If the weather is good, they feel good. If people treat them well, they are happy. If not, they blame, complain, and shrink. Proactive people act based on values, not moods, not circumstances, not other people. I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions. Stephen Covey. This is the essence of Habit 1, the power of choice. Covey says that between stimulus, what happens to us, and response, how we react, there is a space. In that space is our freedom, our power to choose. Animals don't have this space, they react. But we, as human beings, have 4 unique endowments: self-awareness, imagination; conscience, independent will. These give us the ability to choose our response. Let's break them down. Self-awareness allows us to step outside ourselves and observe our thoughts. Imagination helps us visualize a better future. Conscience gives us a moral compass. Independent will lets us act according to our principles. When you use these powers, you stop being a victim. You become the creator of your own life. Reactive versus proactive language. Words are powerful. They reveal how we think. Reactive people say things like, "That's just the way I am. He makes me so mad. I can't do anything about it." Proactive people say, "I choose to be." Let's look at the alternatives. I will find a solution. It's a mindset shift. It's going from being affected to being effective. Covey introduces the concept of the circle of concern versus the circle of influence. Circle of concern. Things we worry about but can't control. Weather, economy, others' opinions. Circle of influence. Things we can control. Our thoughts, actions, decisions. Proactive people focus on their circle of influence, and over time, it grows. Reactive people obsess over their circle of concern, and it shrinks. The problems we face fall in one of 3 areas: direct control, indirect control, or no control. The proactive approach is to focus on the area we have control over. Practical ways to become more proactive. Recognize your triggers. Notice what sets you off. What makes you react instead of respond? It might be criticism, rejection, traffic, deadlines. The moment you become aware of the trigger, you reclaim control. Pause and choose. Use the power of the pause. When something happens, take a breath. Ask, how can I respond in a way that aligns with my values? Example, if someone criticizes you, your instinct might be to lash out, but with a pause, you might choose to listen calmly or ask for clarity. Change your language. Start using proactive language daily. I choose to. What can I do about this? I am responsible for my reactions. It trains your brain to look for solutions instead of blame. Take responsibility for small things. Build your proactive muscle with small wins. Wake up when you say you will. Finish what you start. Keep promises to yourself. Each action builds trust in yourself. Viktor Frankl's story. Covey shares the story of Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived Nazi death camps. Despite horrific conditions, Frankl realized that he still had freedom of mind. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. Even in a concentration camp, he chose his response. Business leader example. A CEO gets hit with a PR crisis. Instead of blaming employees or the market, he owns the problem, apologizes publicly, and makes things right. That's proactivity in action. Your life example. Think about a time you blame someone else. How might you have acted if you were proactive instead? What would change? Challenges to being proactive. Emotional triggers. We all have moments where emotions take over. The key is to train yourself over time. Journaling, reflection, and meditation can help. Cultural conditioning. Many of us are raised in reactive cultures. Media, schools, even families. We are taught to blame, complain, and wait. Proactivity is a rebellion. It's going against the grain and choosing personal responsibility in a world full of excuses. You are not your past. You are not your circumstances. You are not your emotions. You are your choices. Being proactive is not a quick fix. It's a mindset, a habit, and a lifelong discipline. Start small, pause, reflect, choose. Quote to remember, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Stephen Covey. Drop a comment below. What's one area in your life where you'll start being more proactive? Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. You're working hard, you're busy, but here's a question. Are you climbing the right ladder? It is about vision, purpose, intention. It's about making sure that every step you take is in the direction of what truly matters to you. This is habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. What does it mean to begin with the end in mind? Living by design, not default. Stephen Covey says this habit is about imagining the end of your life as a frame of reference for everything you do today. Ask yourself, what do I want to be remembered for? What do I want people to say about me at my funeral? It sounds intense, but it's powerful, because most people live reactively, not intentionally. The mental creation. Covey explains that all things are created twice. First creation, mental. Second creation, physical. Think of building a house. You don't just start hammering wood. You design it first, then build. Same with your life. If you don't define success for yourself, others will do it for you. The power of a personal mission statement. Why you need one. Your personal mission statement is your constitution. It's the blueprint for your life. It defines what you value, what kind of person you want to be, what principles will guide you. Without one, you're like a ship with no compass, busy sailing but lost at sea. How to create one. Covey suggests reflecting deeply on questions like, what matters most to me? What kind of relationships do I want to build? What legacy do I want to leave? Then write a statement that answers these. Keep it simple, clear, and inspiring. Example, I will live with integrity, treat others with respect, and continually grow to serve the world better. Your mission statement becomes your decision filter. Roles and goals. Organize around what matters most. Know your roles. You are not just one person. You are a partner, a parent, a professional, a friend, a citizen. Covey says to identify your key roles and set goals in each. That way you live a balanced and purpose-driven life. Weekly planning with the end in mind. Once you know your mission and roles, start planning weekly. Not daily, not monthly. Weekly. Why? Because the week is where life happens. Plan your week with your mission in front of you. Ask, what can I do this week that will make the most positive impact in each role? Then schedule those things first. Visualization and affirmation. Tools of mental creation. Visualization. Athletes use it. Performers use it. You can too. Visualize your best self in action, the impact you want to make, the success you want to feel. Your brain doesn't distinguish much between real and imagined. The more vividly you imagine, the more likely you are to make it real. Affirmation. Write short, positive, personal statements that reinforce your values and goals. Repeat them daily. Examples. I am calm and confident in every challenge. I lead with love and wisdom. Affirmations rewire your identity from the inside out. Steve Jobs' example. Jobs once said, remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. He began with the end in mind. His focus wasn't on just making money, It was about building something meaningful. School teacher example. A teacher who writes their mission statement, to empower every student I meet to believe in their potential. Every class, every lesson, every conversation becomes aligned with that vision. Your life example. Think about your own life. What are you currently pursuing? Is it aligned with what truly matters to you? If not, it's time to pause and redesign. Common traps to avoid. The busy trap. Being busy does not mean being effective. Without clear direction, you might climb the ladder fast, but realize it's leaning against the wrong wall. The comparison trap. Don't let social media or society define your mission. Begin with your end in mind, not someone else's. Fear of clarity. Many people avoid defining their mission because it feels scary. It demands change. But clarity gives you freedom, direction, peace. You live by design or by default. All things are created twice. First in your mind, then in reality. Define success on your own terms. Write your mission, live your mission. If your ladder is not leaning against the right wall, every step you take just gets you to the wrong place faster. This is not just about goal setting, it's about life setting. Drop a comment. What's one thing you want to be remembered for? Habit 3. Put first things first. We all have 24 hours in a day, so why do some people make massive progress while others feel constantly busy but stuck? It is the answer. It's about time management, but not just any kind. This is about putting first things first, prioritizing what matters most, not what screams the loudest. From vision to execution, the link between Habit 2 and Habit 3. Habit 2 was about defining your end in mind, your mission, your values, your vision. Habit 3 is about living it, executing it, bringing your blueprint to life. If Habit 2 is the architect, Habit 3 is the builder. The challenge is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. Stephen Covey. The quadrants of time management. Covey introduces the time management matrix with 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1, urgent and important, crises, deadlines. Quadrant 2, not urgent but important, planning, learning, building relationships. Quadrant 3, urgent but not important, interruptions, most emails and meetings. Quadrant 4, not urgent and not important, scrolling, binge watching, distractions. Highly effective people live in Quadrant 2. That's where proactive planning, personal growth, and deep work live. What it means to put first things first. It's about prioritizing principles. It means organizing your life around your mission, not your mood, around your values, not your inbox. Example, if family is a top value, do you have weekly dinners blocked out on your calendar? The courage to say no. You can't do everything. You have to say no to good things to say yes to great things. You have to decide what your highest priorities are and have the courage, pleasantly, smilingly, non-apologetically, to say no to other things. Covey. That requires a backbone, not just a wishbone. Weekly planning, the core practice. Weekly, not daily. Daily to-do lists can trap you in Quadrant 1 or 3. Weekly planning lets you rise above the noise. The planning process. Review your mission statement, Habit 2. Identify your key roles, parent, student, entrepreneur, etc. Set 1 to 2 Quadrant 2 goals per role. Schedule them into your week first. Big rocks first. Imagine a jar. Fill it with big rocks, then pebbles, then sand, then water. If you start with the small stuff, the big rocks won't fit. Big rocks equals your Quadrant 2 priorities. Put them in first. Delegation and empowerment. Gopher versus stewardship delegation. Most people delegate by micromanaging. Gopher delegation. Covey teaches stewardship delegation. Focus on results, not methods. Agree on guidelines, resources, accountability. Empower the person to take ownership. This builds trust, leadership, and efficiency. The busy executive. A CEO always in meetings, burning out. After using Quadrant 2 planning, they start blocking time for reflection, team coaching, and family. Results, greater impact, less stress. The student example. A college student overwhelmed by assignments. Once they schedule big rocks like study blocks, workout time, and sleep, they find balance and better grades. Your example. Think about your life right now. What's one big rock you're neglecting? How would your week change if you prioritized it? I don't have time for this. Actually, you don't have time not to do this. Planning 30 minutes weekly can save you hours of wasted time. Perfectionism. Don't wait to get it perfect. Start messy. Just get your big rocks on the calendar. External pressure. People will try to pull you into their quadrant 1 and 3. Protect your schedule like your future depends on it. Because it does. You don't manage time. You manage yourself. The key is not to do more things, it's to do first things first. Say yes to what matters most. Say no to the rest. Live your week aligned with your mission. Things which matter most must never be at the mercy of things which matter least. Goethe. Drop a comment. What's one big rock you're going to schedule this week? Habit 4, think win-win. Life isn't a zero-sum game. What if success didn't mean someone else had to lose? It is about relationships. It's about mindset. It's about creating outcomes where everyone wins. This is think win-win. Habit 4, think win-win, the foundation of powerful relationships. What is win-win? Win-win is a mindset that seeks mutual benefit. It's based on the belief that there is plenty for everyone, that success is not a limited resource. Win-win is not. Win-lose. I win, you lose. Lose-win, I lose, you win. Lose-lose, if I can't win, nobody can. Win, I get what I want regardless of you. Win-win is, let's find a solution where we both get what we value. The foundation, character. 3 essential traits build the win-win mindset. Integrity, staying true to your values. Maturity, balancing courage with consideration. Abundance. Mentality, believing there's enough success, love, and opportunity to go around. Without these, win-win is impossible. Why win-win matters. It builds trust. When people know you're not trying to beat them, they open up. It creates long-term collaboration. It fosters creativity. Win-win asks, what else is possible? Instead of compromise, where both give something up, win-win seeks synergy, where both gain more than they could alone. It reflects leadership. True leaders don't need to dominate, they elevate. Win-win is not about being nice, it's about being principled. The 5 dimensions of win-win. Character. It starts with who you are. Do you value fairness? Can you stand your ground and value others? Do you believe in mutual growth? Relationships. Win-win thrives in high-trust relationships. If trust is low, people suspect your motives. Agreements. Clear expectations build win-win outcomes. A good agreement outlines desired results, guidelines, resources, accountability, consequences, systems. Your environment must support win-win. For example, reward systems that promote collaboration, workplaces that recognize team wins, processes. The win-win process follows 4 steps. See the problem from the other person's point of view. Identify the key concerns of both sides. Determine what results would make both happy. Find new options to achieve those results. The business deal. A client wants a lower price. You want to maintain value. A win-win approach might lead to longer contract at a lower rate, bundled services, payment flexibility, the parent-teen conflict. A teen wants freedom. A parent wants safety. Win-win might mean freedom with responsibility, a curfew that adjusts based on trust. Steve Covey and his son. Covey shares a story of giving his son responsibility for caring for the lawn. No micromanaging, just a win-win agreement. Green and clean is the goal. How you do it is up to you. It built trust, ownership, and respect. Obstacles to win-win thinking. Scarcity mindset. Believing there's not enough makes us compete when we should collaborate. Ego and control. People fear losing power, but real power comes from empowering others. Past hurt or low trust. When trust is broken, we default to win-lose or lose-win. Healing relationships and restoring trust takes time, but it's worth it. Developing a win-win habit. Shift your mindset. Ask daily, how can I create value for both of us? What's the third option neither of us sees yet? Practice in small ways. Try win-win in negotiating chores, team projects, customer service calls. Whether you lead a team or a family, model win-win. Teach it, praise it, build it into your culture. Win-win is not a technique. It's a philosophy of human interaction. It builds lasting relationships. It turns conflict into collaboration. It transforms transactions into partnerships. There is plenty for everyone. Let's grow the pie together. Comment below, where can you apply win-win thinking today? Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Most people don't listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. This habit is the key to resolving conflict, earning trust, and becoming a master communicator. Welcome to Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. The problem with modern communication, the listening gap. Most people listen to respond. They're not really hearing. They're waiting for their turn to talk. We rush to fix, to explain, to defend. But true connection starts with empathy. Autobiographical responses. Covey describes 4 common ways people react. Evaluate. Judge what they said. Probe. Ask questions from our perspective. Advise. Offer solutions based on our experience. Interpret. Try to explain their behavior. These responses are about us, not them. Empathic listening. The heart of Habit 5. What is empathic listening? It means listening with the intent to understand. It means seeing the world through their eyes, not yours. Empathy is not agreement, it's understanding. The 4 levels of listening: ignoring, not listening at all, pretending, yeah, selective, listening to parts, attentive, paying attention to the words, but the highest level is 5, empathic, listening to feelings, meaning, intent. How to practice empathic listening. Pay full attention, eye contact, body language. Don't interrupt. Reflect back what you hear. Acknowledge emotions. Example, you're feeling overwhelmed because this project means a lot to you. Did I get that right? The impact of empathic listening builds trust. When people feel heard, they open up. Defensiveness fades. Opens the door to influence. You can't expect others to listen to you until they feel heard by you. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Leads to real solutions. Understanding the real problem often reveals a better solution than you originally had. Then to be understood. Courage and clarity. Once you've listened deeply, it's your turn to express your views. Be clear, be respectful, be authentic. Use the maturity balance. Habit 5 requires balancing courage to speak your truth, consideration for others' views. This isn't about pleasing everyone. It's about mutual understanding. Real-life examples. The parent-teen conversation. Instead of lecturing, the parent listens. The teen shares fears about peer pressure. The conversation shifts from control to connection. Business negotiation. A salesperson truly understands the client's problem before pitching. The result? A tailored offer and a long-term client. Marriage counseling. Couples learn to stop defending and start listening. Problems that seemed unsolvable begin to heal. Common pitfalls and how to overcome them. Rushing to solutions. You don't need to fix everything right away. First, understand. Taking things personally. Empathic listening requires emotional maturity. It's not about you. Fake listening. People can tell when you're pretending. Be present. Building the habit. Practice every day. Start small. Listen to a friend without giving advice. Reflect your partner's emotions in conversation. Ask questions to understand, not to fix. Journal your interactions. What worked? What didn't? Where did you feel truly heard? Teach it to others. Model empathic listening at work, at home, with your team. Most people listen to reply. Leaders listen to understand. Empathy builds trust, heals relationships, and unlocks influence. Speak after you've listened. Share your truth with clarity and respect. Habit 5 transforms communication into connection. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Use them in that proportion. Comment below. Who will you really listen to today? Habit 6, synergize. 1 plus 1 equals 3. In the world of synergy, it can. Welcome to Habit of Synergize, the art of creating something greater than the sum of its parts. This is where teamwork meets genius. Definition of synergy. Synergy is when the interaction of 2 or more elements produces a result greater than the individual contributions. Synergy is not compromise, it's creative cooperation. Synergy in nature. Geese fly in V formation, reducing drag and flying farther together. Trees and forests connect roots and share nutrients. Synergy is a natural principle. It happens when systems work together harmoniously. The foundation of synergy. Habits 4 plus 5 equals habit 6. Habit 4. Think win-win. Mutual respect. Habit 5. Seek first to understand. Deep communication. Together they create the foundation for habit 6. Synergize. Valuing differences. Synergy starts with valuing differences of opinion, background, strengths. If 2 people think the same, one of them is unnecessary. Differences aren't threats, they're opportunities. The synergy process. Step 1, understand perspectives. Suspend your assumptions. Be curious, not critical. Step 2, respect the differences. Recognize that other people's views bring value. Step 3, brainstorm creative solutions. Don't settle for compromise. Look for a third alternative, a better way that neither side saw alone. Step 4, arrive at synergy. It's that aha moment, a solution that's better than what either side proposed originally. Real-life examples of synergy. Family example. A couple disagrees on how to spend the weekend. One wants relaxation, the other wants adventure. Instead of fighting or compromising, they find a creative third option, a relaxing hike and a cozy picnic. Team project. Different departments have conflicting goals. Through open dialogue, they design a process that meets everyone's key objectives and boosts company performance. Community collaboration. A city faces a traffic issue. Government, citizens, and businesses collaborate, each contributing different ideas and resources. The final plan reduces congestion and improves public spaces. Obstacles to synergy, ego and competition. If we need to be right or win, synergy dies. Fear of differences. Some people are uncomfortable with unfamiliar views, but creativity requires tension and respect. Low trust environments. Without trust, people don't share honestly, and real collaboration can't happen. Cultivating a synergistic mindset. See differences as strengths. Every person brings a unique perspective. Ask, what can I learn from them? Practice creative collaboration. Invite diverse viewpoints. Encourage open discussion. Explore new ideas without judgment. Build trust. Trust takes time, but every honest conversation, every respectful disagreement builds the foundation for synergy. The payoff of synergy. Better solutions. Stronger relationships. Deeper respect and understanding. Innovation and breakthroughs. Synergy is the highest activity of life. It's the crowning achievement of all the other habits. Synergy is more than teamwork. It's creative teamwork. It's about valuing differences, building trust, and finding a third way. When people truly collaborate, the results are extraordinary. Comment below, where in your life could synergy create something amazing? Habit 7, sharpen the saw. Too busy to get better, then you're on the road to burnout. Habit 7 is the habit of renewal. It's about taking care of your greatest asset, you. This is sharpen the saw, the key to long-term effectiveness. What does sharpening the saw mean? The principle. Sharpening the saw means preserving and enhancing the greatest asset you have, yourself. It's not about escaping work. It's about making sure you're strong enough to do your best work. The 4 dimensions of renewal. To stay sharp, you must renew yourself regularly in 4 key areas: physical, mental, emotional/social, spiritual, physical renewal. why it matters. Your body is your vehicle. If you don't maintain it, your journey suffers. How to sharpen physically, exercise regularly, eat healthy food, get sufficient sleep, manage stress. Energy is the foundation of effectiveness. Micro habits for daily life. Take a morning walk. Stretch between work sessions. Drink water instead of soda. Mental renewal. Keep your mind sharp. Your mind needs constant nourishment. Practices to sharpen mentally. Read daily. Learn new skills. Reflect and journal. Avoid mental junk, mindless scrolling, toxic content. Growth mindset. Don't just work hard, learn hard. Emotional and social renewal. The power of relationships. Human connection fuels us. Healthy emotional and social lives reduce stress and increase joy. Ways to renew emotionally. Express gratitude. Spend quality time with loved ones. Forgive and let go. Seek to understand others. Habit 5. Emotional bank accounts. Every relationship has a trust account. Small positive acts are deposits. Breaking promises, judging, or ignoring people are withdrawals. Make daily deposits. Your relationships will thank you. Spiritual renewal. Feeding the soul. This isn't about religion. It's about connecting to purpose, meaning, and inner peace. Practices for spiritual renewal. Meditation or prayer. Time in nature. Inspirational reading. Acts of service. When you nourish your spirit, you lead with strength, not fear. Balance and consistency. Daily, weekly, monthly. Sharpening the saw isn't a one-time act. It's a habit. Build it into your life. Start small. One good meal, one kind word, one book chapter, one deep breath. A small act of renewal done consistently beats a grand act done once. Avoiding burnout. People don't burn out from working hard. They burn out from working disconnected from their center. The power of habit 7. It's the habit that fuels all the others. It makes you resilient. It keeps you growing. It prevents crisis living. Sharpening the saw isn't selfish. It's the most generous thing you can do. A better you serves the world better. You are the instrument of your life. Maintain your body, mind, heart, and spirit. This is how you sustain long-term success and happiness. You can't pour from an empty cup, so fill yours daily.